Spider-Man runs after Captain Marvel, shouting from behind, "Carol Danvers, wait up!" Captain, already walking towards her airplane in a full pilot's uniform, replies, "You almost missed a free flight to Boston, Parker." While running, Spider-Man asks, "Am I late?" Captain Marvel responds, "YES." Spidey, shocked, asks, "Are you mad?" Captain Marvel, adjusting her glasses with a cool demeanor, says, "No." Spidey, unconvinced, presses, "Really?" "'Cause I'm pretty late. That whole 'am I late' thing was a ruse." Captain Marvel, smiling, replies, "You're not going to get a rise out of me, Parker." Spidey, a little playful, says, "Well, I don't want to brag or anything, but getting a rise out of people is one of my many superpowers." Captain Marvel responds, "Not today." Captain Marvel then reveals her newly purchased airplane, showing it off excitedly and saying, "Ta-da! Isn't she a beauty? Bought and paid for her myself." Spidey scratches his head while standing outside the plane, asking, "You want me to go up in that thing?" Captain Marvel reassures him, "Hang on, I can fix that. And yes, get in." After a moment, Captain Marvel fixes the plane and they take off. As the plane soars into the sky, Spidey screams, "Ho, whoa!" Captain Marvel, staying calm, replies, "Please, you swing from spittle off skyscrapers. You can handle a little turbulence." Spider-Man, seated next to her, grips the plane door nervously, saying, "Do you see any skyscrapers around here? If this thing falls out of the sky, you can fly." Captain Marvel, checking her headphones and equipment, says, "We're not going to fall out of the sky, you whiner." Spidey yells, "Says you." Captain, trying to reassure him, says, "Would you relax? I've got this." Captain Marvel then rolls her eyes and, smiling, says, "I'll tell you a secret about me. I never understand my place in the world better than I do from right here." She continues, "No alien tech, no magic. You pull this lever, and that happens. Plain old everyday aluminum, fiberglass, and steel, and yet, here we are, flying." Spidey, still seated next to her, remains anxious and quiet. Captain Marvel then asks, "Your turn. Tell me something uncomfortably honest about you." Spidey looks at her silently, hesitant. After a moment of hesitation, he rolls his eyes and lips, saying, "Me? Piffed. I am constitutionally incapable of that level of sincerity. Which, now that I think about it, is uncomfortably honest. See what I did there?" Still nervous, Spidey continues, "Can we land now?" Captain Marvel smirks and says, "Chicken, come on. Tell me something nobody knows about you." Spidey thinks hard for a second, scratching his head, and says, "What is this? Truth or dare? Dare, or better yet, 3 minutes in the cloak." But Captain Marvel interrupts him, yelling, "Whoa!" Spider-Man, confused, asks, "What?" "I was kidding." Captain replies, "Not you, that." Hold on. From behind the plane, a small girl with a jetpack strapped to her back comes flying towards them at high speed. The girl shouts, "Look, oh!" She zooms toward the plane, narrowly passing under its wings, and shouts. Both Spider-Man and Captain Marvel quickly suit up in their costumes. Spidey lifts his mask slightly and, looking at the girl, asks Captain, "Anybody you recognize?" Captain Marvel replies, "Nope. I'm going to see if I can move us in a little closer. We better suit up just in case." A few moments later, the girl loses her balance, and it seems like her jetpack is running out of power. As she starts falling, she mutters to herself, "Please don't let me..." Seeing this, Spider-Man, still inside the plane, says to Captain, "She's losing power." Captain Marvel responds, "I'm stalling the engine." Spidey, confused, asks, "On purpose?" Captain Marvel explains, "We're going to try to glide down and around so she doesn't get whipped into the propeller and take us out with her." Spidey asks, "Can't you just Captain Marvel this thing up in the air?" Captain, annoyed, replies, "If I try to push us up from the inside, I'll bust through the roof. I'd have to choose between saving you or the plane, and I just bought the damn thing." Then Captain Marvel yells, "Go on, get out there. I told you I've got this." Captain starts counting, 1 dot. Meanwhile, Spider-Man opens the door and climbs out onto the wings, muttering to himself, "Good news, Parker, she's got this." Captain Marvel counts, 2 dot dot. The plane moves closer to the falling girl. As they get near, Captain Marvel shouts, 3! At that moment, Spider-Man, balancing on the wing, catches the girl and shouts back to Captain, "Got her!" Captain Marvel responds. Great! Find out who the hell she is. I'm restarting the engine.